What's good, tribe? You know, oftentimes I talk about um, character of men and how men should carry themselves and whatnot. And more often than not, 98% of the time, the things that most men deal with, a large percentage of what most men deal with, come from their own thinking, the way they see themselves, the way they view themselves. There's an incident here last hour or so, maybe last day or so, between two YouTubers, Sin City Manning and Finney the Great, or Finney the Legend. Now, neither one of these gentlemen, according to their channels, as of the recording of this video, um, June 10th, 2025, as of the recording of this video, to my knowledge, neither YouTuber was monetized. And I think it was Sin City Manny who shot and killed Finney the Great and Finney's wife on live. Like they were, I think Finney was actually on the Vegas Strip recording when it took place. And what that tells me is several things in this situation. Now, according to what everyone is saying, I think each one was trying to get the other copyright stricken. And I think with YouTube, you get 3 copyright strikes in a single year. They take your channel from you. Now, I'm not saying that because they wasn't monetized that their channel didn't mean something to them. What I'm saying is I don't think that what took place between Sin City Manny taking the life of Finney and his wife warranted him losing his channel. Bro, you lose your channel, you use your channel. If it happened, it happens. Now, it wasn't as if either creator was making tens of thousands of dollars. Because it wasn't. Again, it wasn't monetized. So, clearly, this was an issue of my feelings were hurt. Right? Now, I get it from what I've heard from other channels that the gentlemen were doing copyright strikes against each other, right? Like just making stuff up, apparently, right? So my thought goes to what took place. Like, okay, you say something to him, he says something to you, y'all go back and forth, and then you watch him on video, and Manny, well, sometimes he'll laugh, you ain't got me, but deep down, clearly he was affected by this enough to take this man's life on live, man. Like if not, and it wasn't like in a back alley or something. This was the strip. This was like the Las Vegas Strip. So in front of people, what kind of mind do you have to do that in front of people, in front of everyone, and then say, you know what, whatever. This is what I know. This is what I know. Whatever it was never, in my opinion, nothing could have warned that man, Manny, short of Finney trying to do something to him physically, right? For Manny to do what he did on the Vegas Strip in front of hundreds of people, right? Nothing could have warned that. But then my mind goes to this. What kind of people were around Manny that was in his ear that made him believe that what he was going to do was okay? Because it wasn't like Manny didn't tell nobody. I can't believe that. I can't believe that Manny didn't tell a single soul what his intentions could have been. You know what I mean? Right? Because you don't just like when you something that drastic, there was some indication of it somewhere. Somewhere there was an indication of it. Either he said it on his own channel himself, and maybe he alluded to it without outright saying it. Maybe he said something to somebody else. They just thought he was joking, right? But there was something said to somebody else that someone heard, and instead of going, he might really do that, they just like, whatever. So it makes me think about in my battle book, right? You'll find that in the description. In my battle book, the question is on page 13, what kind of men do I surround myself with? Do they build me up or pull me down? What kind of men do I surround myself with? And if these men who are around me, are these men advocating for me to commit violence against somebody else? Because somebody at some point had to tell these men. Now, Finney was just talking shit. It was going back and forth with his words. Manny is the one who couldn't take it for whatever reason. And I don't know, right? I don't think we would ever fully know. But somewhere in Manny's head, he thought it was okay to take this man's life and his wife's life and then go, well, like, who around you, advocated for that? Bro, look, man, y'all pushing it too far. Sit your ass down somewhere, man, and let's just get this paper, man. Let's get this money, right? And it's a YouTube beef. So, again, I say that neither one of them, as of the recording of this video, neither one of them was monetized. So it wasn't as if they were making tens of thousands of dollars from AdSense or selling some kind of product, right? So if you were just worried about losing your channel, you probably would have been fine. You just started another channel. Now this man lost his life. Like, what in your head made you say, you know what? I got to do this. I have to do this. It's words. It's words. Now, again, I don't know the full story, but did Finney ever threaten this man's life? Not to my knowledge. I don't have any proof of that. Right? Manny could actually say that's what took place. But I wish, like, who was around you, man, to make you think that this is okay? There's no one in your ear saying that's some dumb shit to do, bro. That's some stupid shit to do. Don't do that dumbass shit. Don't do that. That's the kind of friend I am. That's if you and I hang around each other, you finna go do some dumb shit, you need to know. I'm gonna let you know right off the back, that shit's stupid. That's some dumb shit. Don't do that. And why isn't there anyone in your life saying, hey, man, bump whatever y'all going through, whatever beef y'all got happening, bump that. We're not talking about that. Let's get this paper, man. Let's get this money, right? So let's just say they keep the beef going on, right? Without the whole the copy strike thing, without that whole, without doing that, right? Let's take this and turn this into money. I say something to you, you say something to me. Right? Let's collab behind the scenes and make it a thing, right? That way both creators get the traction. People love drama. People love drama. Play into that shit, right? So, like, one of my all-time favorite creators on YouTube is MTR. Anybody who knows mediocre tutorial reviews, that's my guy, right? I don't know, he don't know me personally, but when I first came to YouTube, he was one of the first few people I started to follow because I like his content. And so imagine him and I had like some kind of beef, right? My thing would be like, bro, we can lean into this shit, right? Now, I will never say X, Y, and Z. You don't say X, Y, and Z. Okay, we agree to that. So behind the scenes, you can make it look like we're actually beefing when we're really not. You and I know we're not beefing. The world don't know. Man, fuck that. He did it. And then people are like, yeah, I see, I told you. And no one else has to know that you and I are talking about this. And as a result, our channels grow, we both make money, and we still here to celebrate. Right? To have such a narrow-minded view of life, man, to the point where that man believed he had to do that. If he didn't believe it, he wouldn't have done it. Some part of him said, I have to do this because if I don't, the world will think I'm soft. Excuse me? You're not even monetized as a channel. So it's not like you're going to lose tens of thousands of dollars. You're not selling a digital product. You don't have any kind of program. You don't have any kind of like real traction, right? Why? Why? Your feelings are hurt. You're emotional. You can't make me believe that this beef between these two people warranted that man taking those people's lives. You can't make me believe no shit like that. I don't believe it. I don't. Because let's say, right, that they would have sat down and said, listen, man, we can make money from this. And then on top of that, no one around you is smart enough to think outside the box. Like no one else around you was like, hey man, we can make this. PR people are great for this. PR people are fantastic for this. Years ago, I was part of a crew. The guy used to do, he was like PR work, right? So I was actually with him when he would sit down with people. And them people so shady. Them some shady ass people. However, a story would come up and they would do what they call get in front of it. So they would get in front of the story, create a narrative, let the story ride with that story, then make money off that. Great example of this would have been the Haktua girl, right? Had she had the right PR people behind her, she could have got in front of all that bullshit she was facing, rode that wave, made money off that wave, pulled back a little bit, and then change her image. It is so many ways to actually have this shit happen and then make money from it without people losing their lives. That's insane to me. Man, my heart goes out to, because these are, as a creator, myself, right? Starting my YouTube channel. As of the recording of this video, I have 22 followers. Shout out to y'all. Like, I'm a creator, bro. That's what I do, right? I sell products. I sell ebooks, right? In the description. I sell ebooks. I'm not trying to beef with nobody and lose my life. Like, that's wild to me. And so I hope, and I haven't heard anything, but what if this man and this woman have children? Now you got to go explain to their children they lost their mom and dad? Man, this shit is insane. And you got so emotional that you couldn't control yourself. And you, as a result of this, someone had to lose their life. When they y'all could have easily sat down with someone that was common goddamn sense. Y'all could have sat down and really came to a real resolution for this. As opposed to doing the shit that y'all did. Listen, man, this is insane. My heart goes out to the family because this could have been solved. This could have been prevented. This could have never ever happened had Manny had the people around him saying, look, bro, whatever you're thinking about doing, don't do that. Let's say Finney has the people around him say, hey, man, my man off the wall, he ain't too bright. Be careful, bro. Be careful. First thing we want to do is put our ass on our chest. Oh, he ain't go. No, man, we are adult men. We are adult men. The first thing we need to do is be able to analyze what the hell we're dealing with. As an adult man, do you know how many times in your life, gentlemen, you're going to have people say shit to you that you just don't agree with? It is going to happen often. As of the recording of this video, I'm 48 years old. Or I will be 48, August 23rd, August 30th, 2025, right? If you live to get my age, you're going to hear so many people say so many things to you. It's going to be baffling. Bro, I would have done so. Why? I don't care because someone says some shit about me, and we have to be able to think, man, that we have to be able to be critical thinkers. Critical thinking. Okay, look, man. I don't like that you said X, Y, and Z. I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about it no more, and I'm done. And then let them still talk. You still do you. Hey, bro, you know he said so-and-so about you. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And get that shit no energy. None. Zero. Zilch. Goose egg. And it's so unfortunate, man. And as I watched, I'm looking at the video now, and it hurts because they were two regular people. I think Manny had 700 followers, and Finney had, a couple hundred himself that wasn't monetized yet, right? These were just regular people on YouTube. And this is what happens? It's insane, man. It's insane. That's sad, man. That's sad. Gentlemen, listen to me very carefully, man. If you don't have anybody around you to talk you out of doing super stupid shit, talk yourself out of it. Seriously. Think about what you're finna do, man. Your next move could be your very last move. And to my knowledge, Las Vegas has, I think Nevada has the death penalty, lethal injection. So when they catch Manny, I mean, and if they catch him, when and if they catch him, but when they catch Manny, if he isn't careful, man, it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate, man. This man now has lost his entire life. And I don't know if Manny has any children either, right? So, true enough, Finney and his wife are not here. But what if Manny has children? Now you've thrown away your entire life with your children. Let's say they give him, well, because he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. He's going to spend for a very long time in prison, right? I don't know exactly how much time he's going to get, but he's going to spend a lot of his time in prison. You've thrown away your entire life for what exactly, man? Bro, gentlemen, I need y'all to be smarter than that, man. I need y'all to be smarter than that. I like this. I like this in that it is a case study for us to really look at and think about how many times in our life were we that close to throwing it all away because our feelings got hurt, because I was in my emotions, because I was reactive as opposed to being proactive. I wasn't thinking at all, zero thinking. And this is a great case study for so many reasons. It's unfortunate, man, and I hate that. I hate that. I hate that this took place because it was unavoidable. It was definitely something that could have been avoided, and it's just unfortunate. My heart goes out to the family of Finney and his wife and their family, and unfortunately, Manny threw his entire life away because I'm out, tribe. Peace.